My father said if I didn't break up with my black boyfriend, I was dead to him. My father froze my college fund and told me to find a new place to live when I said I wouldn't break up with Micah. I just turned 18 and had no idea how I was going to survive. When Micah's car pulled up, Dad screamed, "You walk out that door with him and you're giving up everything." I left anyway. Micah kept telling me he would understand if I broke up with him, if this was too much, but I wasn't going back. 6 months later, I was living above a Chinese restaurant with Micah, working 3 jobs and painting every morning before my coffee shop shift, trying to make it at the art career my parents had never let me pursue. My sister Sophie secretly texted that Dad told everyone at the country club I was studying abroad, instead of admitting his daughter was waiting tables and living with a black man. Some nights I'd cry in the restaurant bathroom during my shift because I missed my mom's voice and the way she used to bring me tea when I painted late at night, even though she hated my art. I'd scroll through old family photos on my phone until Micah would gently take it away and remind me they chose their prejudice over their daughter. The hardest part was Thanksgiving, when Sophie sent a photo of the family dinner with my empty chair still at the table and Mom crying into her napkin while Dad carved the turkey like nothing was wrong. I painted that empty chair over and over until one morning I woke up to find my Instagram had exploded overnight because some influencer shared that exact painting about conditional love, and suddenly I had 10,000 followers wanting to buy prints. Within 3 weeks, I quit 2 of my jobs because I was making more from art than I'd ever made serving coffee, and every piece was about choosing love over blood that comes with terms and conditions attached. A New York collector saw my work at a small gallery and bought everything for $30,000 cash, then said she wanted to represent me exclusively through her Manhattan gallery. I called my mother from the gallery bathroom and left a voicemail telling her about the sale, but the number was disconnected and Sophie texted that Dad made her get a new phone so I couldn't corrupt her with my lifestyle choices. 6 months later, my first solo show sold out opening night for $200,000, with celebrities fighting over pieces about breaking free from golden cages. The journalist from Art Forum asked if my father had seen my success, and I told her he'd rather tell people I was dead than admit his daughter was dating a black man and thriving without his money. She printed that quote in huge letters across the magazine cover with a photo of Micah and me kissing at the gallery opening, and Sophie said Dad destroyed every copy at the country club before anyone could see it. Then Sophie called crying at 2 in the morning saying the FBI raided our childhood home and arrested our father for tax evasion and money laundering through his construction company. Apparently, he'd been hiding millions offshore while claiming losses domestically for over a decade, and someone had finally reported him to the authorities with a folder full of evidence. The government seized everything, including the house and cars and my mother's jewelry, while she moved in with her sister claiming she knew nothing about any of it. But they were all being investigated heavily, and if I'd stayed in the family, I would have been too. Instead, I was the only one untouched by the scandal. Dad was looking at 15 years minimum. 3 weeks later, my father showed up at my gallery opening in a wrinkled suit that smelled like whiskey, in desperation begging for $200,000 for legal fees. "You're my daughter and family helps family no matter what happened between us," he said, grabbing my hands while everyone watched. I pulled away and reminded him he'd literally changed the locks while I was at school the day after I chose Micah over his racism. "I was protecting you from making the biggest mistake of your life," he hissed as the crowd pulled out phones to record the scene. Micah appeared beside me and my father's face turned purple with rage at seeing us together in this space where I'd succeeded without him. "Funny how I'm only your daughter when you need money, but I was dead to you when I needed a father who loved me," I said loud enough for everyone to hear. Behind us hung my biggest painting showing a black hand and white hand breaking free from golden chains that spelled out the word family in my mother's perfect cursive handwriting. "You ungrateful little brat, I gave you everything and this is how you repay me?" my father screamed while security started moving toward us. He grabbed my wrist hard enough to leave bruises and leaned in close with spit flying from his mouth. "When I get out of prison, I'm going to make you regret ever choosing that boy over your real family," he whispered with pure hatred in his eyes. The guards dragged him away, but not before he screamed one last thing that made everyone in the gallery freeze completely. "Tell your boyfriend to watch his back because I still have friends who handle problems like him for the right price." I grabbed Micah's hand, suddenly terrified. Full story on the channel below.